The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business. From $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to the Icons of Real Estate. I'm Tim Calloway. I have a very special guest for you today, all the way from Sammamish, Washington, Melissa Waller. Melissa Waller Realty. How are you, Melissa?
I am good. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for being on. I have to ask, I ask everyone, were you like a 5-year-old tugging on your parents' pant leg saying, hey, I can't wait to be a realtor. How do I do it? Or are you like most of us, where you kind of fell into it backwards? How did that happen? How did you become a realtor?
Yeah, kind of just fell into it backwards. I was in a completely different profession. I was an office manager for over 10 years, and I wanted to do something different. And so I thought, well, maybe my aunt was in real estate. I'd always had a lot of respect for her, and I thought maybe I should try that. So I got my license. But I mean, I'll tell you, it's far different than I ever expected that it could be.
Oh, you're kidding me. Really? You're right. It always is, right? I always say for younger people that come in, and I always say, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, HGTV lied to you. It's you don't, I'm in West Palm Beach, so it can be different than Sammamish, but you don't just get to buy the most expensive car and drive around town waving to everybody and sell $10 million houses, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nobody giving us the leads. There's nobody, the brokerages are there to support us, but it's ultimately up to us to get the business, which was the biggest learning curve in the beginning, but that's also what makes it so rewarding.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, when you do the work, the boots on the ground work, right? I mean, you develop good friendships or relationships, and ultimately, whenever that close may happen, it's rewarding for both parties. They got what they want. They got a great realtor, right? And then
Right.
you get a little check,
Yeah, exactly. Boots on the
Nothing wrong
ground.
with that. So
Yeah.
is Sammamish your hometown? Are you originally from there, or are you native?
I was born and raised in Bellevue, Washington, which is where my office is located as well. And then I moved, I went straight from graduating college into buying my first condo in Issaquah, Washington, which is right next to Sammamish. And so I've lived in this general vicinity where I live and work my entire life. So know it very well.
Yeah, fantastic. So
Yeah.
now we kind of heard how you got started. Are you on a team, or you're a solopreneur, or how does that work? How does that look?
I'm a solo agent. I have been a solo agent I'm going into my 6th year now in the business. I've been a solo agent myself the entire time. Just about a year and a half ago, I hired my first full-time assistant, and she has been amazing for me. I'm looking to add team members to grow my own personal team as well in the future. So that's kind of where I'm headed.
Fantastic. No, that's exciting. It's always exciting when you get to the level in your business, right, where you have that ability to do so. And then like I always say, if once you control one floor, and you have that filled, you move to the next, it opens this whole new world, right? Like you didn't even know existed.
Right. I mean, it helps you continue to leverage and continue to grow the more levels that you add on, like you said. So, yeah. I mean, the amount of support that just my assistant has brought me has been incredible. And I hope to kind of mentor other agents and bring them on my team in the future as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So tell us about, for those not in the area, I've had the privilege of one time my whole life of being in your area, or in Bellevue and Sammamish area, driving through. So tell us about the communities there. What's it like living there, and who's moving there? And that's a very curious question I ask everyone, but who's moving in and out of the area?
Yeah, I mean, so Bellevue is the biggest suburb that is by a suburb of Seattle. So Bellevue's the one that's the most well known. It is full of tech workers, and that's truly who is moving here. I mean, we have Amazon and Google, Costco headquarters here, Microsoft. I mean, we're kind of the tech capital of the world right here. Where I am is a little bit east of Bellevue in the Sammamish area. There's a lot of tech workers out here as well. It's a very safe, very family-friendly community, excellent schools. People just love being active and outdoors. There's ski resorts, there's mountains to hike, there's biking trails. So it's very active. I mean, today it's sunny, so a lot of people think it always rains here, but it's sunny and beautiful. In my actual neighborhood, people are out walking their dogs, riding bikes, and it's a wonderful place to live.
Yeah, that's not a bad, end of January day, right?
Right. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, the mountains got a bunch of snow for people that love to ski and snowboard. And, where I am in Sammamish, there's a ski resort just about 40 minutes away. So pretty much everything you want to do is close.
Yeah, sounds like there's quite a bit to offer. And obviously the tech industry has been so strong for so long. Definitely a nice place to be, and sounds like a great place to be a realtor for sure.
It is. It really is. And even if we do see some tech layoffs, there's enough startup companies that are right there to swoop and hire those people as well. So, I mean, our economy is pretty strong here.
Yeah, for sure. So on a day-to-day basis, we all go through trials and tribulations, right? We all go through things. And, if I had, this just seems strange, but like if I had a magic wand and I could solve any one day-to-day issue that you deal with, and I'll tell you the most common one I get is more time. But what would you say is something that if I could solve that problem for you, what would that be? And how would that help you overall in your business?
I think the hardest adjustment for me over the past year has just been sellers adjusting to new sales prices. I mean, with the interest rates, what we've seen with the interest rates, I mean, it's never in the history of real estate have we seen interest rates double in 1 year before. And so we went from pretty high values at the beginning of last year to when interest rates doubled, then it's just the buyers, they couldn't afford those monthly payments anymore, and it automatically dropped the value. So for me, that's working mainly with sellers and listings. That's been the biggest challenge for me, is just kind of everybody adjusting to a more normalized market. I know it will come in time, but that's, for me lately, I mean, just to be honest, that's been my biggest challenge lately, is when I'm talking to sellers kind of day to day, and how do we adjust those expectations a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, that kind of comes with our territory and kind of how we're supposed to be consultants, right? I mean, it's like, well, managing expectations is probably the number one thing that you have to do.
It is. It's true. Of course, finding time for everything. I mean, I have 2 little boys as well.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So just finding time for, everything, that's always a challenge, but, I love what I do. And so I never really feel like I'm working, which is a plus.
Yeah. If you love what you do, there's probably no challenge that's too difficult. So tell me how you market yourself. You sound like you've been in the industry a bit, 6 years, and you know the area really well, and you're native to the area. So that really helps. I mean, I always think, if I were to move, I just threw a dart, right? And I moved to somewhere and I had to find a realtor in the area. I definitely would want somebody who was from the area and knew the ins and outs. How are you going about finding those people, like in those tech jobs, people moving in and out? How do you find those people?
What I have truly focused my business on is farming my neighborhood community. So there's about 3,000 homeowners in this community, and that's where I started off I took a class on farming. I learned how to do it. And I really just put everything, everything I learned, I really took every single tip and put it into action. Starting with when I didn't have the marketing dollars, it was just the boots on the ground. It was me walking the neighborhood, door knocking, going door to door, meeting people, doing open houses for other agents just to kind of get my name out there. Then it just kind of started to snowball. And once I got one listing, then another one and another one, and then I could start to afford to send mailers every month. And then that's been what I've been doing the last couple of years. I send a mailer out to every homeowner in the community, and then I do events for the whole community. I did a holiday lights contest. I've done a barbecue in the summer. I've done a free photo shoot in the parks for the community. It's just kind of getting, and it's all genuine things because I live here and I'm passionate about building the community, but it just kind of also creates that brand awareness. And so, as I said, I've been focused on the sellers, and that's, as you know, when you're in real estate, it's all about the listings, and then the buyers will call as well. They see that you're the expert. So that's where my focus has been. And that those same tech workers, they're either moving out of state or they're calling me to let me know which, let me know which, if there's a listing that comes on, you're the neighborhood expert. So I become known as the neighborhood expert. So
yeah, it's nice being an authority, right? You're the authority in the neighborhood.
Right. I mean, that's
everybody knows it.
Yeah, people want that. They want to make sure that you have the experience and the knowledge to really represent them.
Yeah, for sure. So what is the next 1, 3, and 5 year outlook for you, or what do you plan to see? I know you talked about that a little bit earlier. You want to grow a team and work with others and help others build, but really, even numbers wise and growth wise, how big of a team? What is the next 1, 3, and 5 years? And kind of how do you plan on getting there? How do you vet people that you'd like to bring in to your organization?
Yeah, I mean so how would I would vet people is I'm going to have a certain level of standards, which is important to me. I mean, I'm not going to be what I will offer other agents is a mentorship. I'm basically a referral based business. I'm not going to be paying for leads and that sort of thing, but just the mentorship of, this is how I did what I did. If you want to follow along, and I can teach you exactly what I did. But I'm going to have a very strong set of ethics and work ethics that I'm going to expect from the agents that I bring on my team. As far as over the next year, I'd really like to sell around 40 million in volume, about 40 to 45 units as well. And then I would like to just continue to grow the next three years. I would like to double that, and then double that again over the next 5 years. I'm really going to take this opportunity where we're seeing a little bit of a downturn in the market to gain more market share and to really show the value that I have to my clients out there.
Yeah, it is a great opportunity, right? I mean, because I know just paying attention to stats, I'll give you a stat real quick. In the state of Texas, which neither one of us happen to be in, so that's good. But in the state of Texas, in October, out of 100% of agents that were up for relicensing, 30% did not. So, there'll always be a culling, right, in times like this where people are kind of like, and you really have to be like yourself, right? Boots on the ground, you have a good work ethic. And if they don't have that, they're gone.
Right. I mean, and we saw an incredible last couple of years. And for those of us that didn't save that money and have something to kind of fall back on, it's right. That for those that didn't do that, it's going to be tough. And it's kind of what I look forward to, is to, gain more of that market share in these lean times, just kind of focus on the process and just really tighten everything up and make sure that the quality and the customer service that we're providing is top notch. So
I think that's smart. I think you're taking the right route. I love hearing that, because sometimes I hear something far different, like, well, I don't know what we're going to do. And I'm like, Okay. Well, that was some bad planning, but all right. So, we're kind of winding down here near the end here. So first and foremost, before I go to the last question, how would someone get in touch with you, whether they want to list, whether they want to buy, or maybe they feel like they may be a good fit for your team?
So the best way to get in touch with me is on my website, which is melissawallerhomes.com. And on there, I mean, there's examples of my work, there's testimonials. You'll see my phone number, my email address, my social media accounts. So that would be the first place I would ask people to take a look. I don't know, are you going to be able to link that on?
I'll link it all in there. I'll have everything for everybody for sure.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah, no worries. So I always say, Melissa, you're like the hit record and I'm just the DJ spinning the records, right? So, take us out, give us a minute or two of whatever's on your mind, your heart, your soul that you feel like, the audience needs to hear, something positive for the day.
Okay. Well, I would like to just say that don't listen to all the doom and gloom of the media. The real estate market is still moving. It is still strong. There are some incredible opportunities out there for buyers. I mean, we're seeing sellers accept offers with contingencies, with inspection contingencies, and with financing contingencies. This is an incredible opportunity to get into that home that you want, not have to compete with others, and to just have all of those safeguards in place so that you know that you're making the right decision. And then same thing for sellers. I mean, when a home is properly marketed, priced properly as well, they're also selling. So this is I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what the next few months are like in this market. It's going to be, it's going to be a great time. I mean, I'm ready to go. I have listings. I have buyers. It's going to be great.
Fantastic. I love it. I love the idea that you're prepared for the possibility of, a leaner time. And that's a very optimistic outlook. I love it.
Yeah.
Melissa, thank you so much for being on the program. Melissa Waller, Sammamish, Washington. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I look forward to catching up with you maybe over the next 3, 6, 9 months and see that new program in action.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's make 2023 the best year yet.
Perfect. Have a great
All right. Thank you.